ज्योति स्टेनो टाइपिंग कॉलेज में आप सभी का स्वागत है बच्चों। ये आपकी अनसीन डिक्टेशन नंबर है 87। डिक्टेशन स्टार्ट आफ्टर 5 सेकेंड। सर, द fact of the matter is that drought has been existing in some states or other for the last some years. We had the same problem last year, but because of the food grain production, because of the green revolution, we had in the country stocks, so we could manage the situation. What I am respectfully submitting for your consideration is that there was a time when we had such a bad famine in Bengal. During these 40 years, all of us together faced the situation. I wish to say that we have enough food grain stocks. We have more wheat and sugar is more this time. And as far as these three commodities are concerned, I want to assure the honorable members that we will be able to face the drought situation. The requirements of the states have been met and will be met. There are difficulties sometimes in transport, sometimes in sending it, and so on. The difficulties have been discussed with the states. I have the letters from the various state governments saying that we want more rice, more wheat. We have done our best to satisfy them. They are running the distribution system, the fair price shops, and so on and so forth. It is an endeavor which is cooperative. It is an endeavor between the central and the state governments, and this is how we go on. Now, as I said, I will not indulge in any jugglery of figures. I will not try to defend anything unnecessarily. I say what I have to say, not necessarily what you say. The prices of some of the essential commodities have gone high, in some cases were high. Edible oil is one example where the prices are very high. In edible oil, there is an obvious gap between our production and our requirement, and the drought conditions have made that gap much wider. Not only in regard to this, in regard to other items also, but in edible oils the gap is much wider. One honorable member said there was less production, yet we went in for lesser imports. I would say sometimes we have agriculture ministry. They said if you write from the beginning import a lot of oil, the result is that the prices of oils would be depressed and the farmer will be the loser. I agree that middlemen should not be allowed. While importing oils, we have to see the condition of indigenous oils and oil seeds. So we do sometimes lesser imports in the beginning and we may increase later on. Sometimes the interests of the farmer and the interests of the consumer also clash. Then we have to strike a balance between them. Sometimes we have to decide to import more to meet a situation. While we begin with 8 lakh tons, we have come to raise it to 15 lakh tons. We have already increased our supplies to the public distribution system. Now the question of vigilance is there. The ministry and myself have written to the state governments that they should have vigilance committees for every fair price shop. We have suggested vigilance committees in the rural and urban areas for price shops. The state governments also have these vigilance committees. Some honorable members have said that in some of the states they have made it a one party committee. If they have done, it is totally wrong, and I shall write to them again that the vigilance committees of all the citizens, including political persons. This is what I want. If anything wrong has been done, I am prepared to rectify it, and it is for the state governments to do this, and this is very important. Now, my view is that food is not a matter on which anybody can have a partition consideration. I am not going to be partition on this because it is an essential commodity. Some honorable members have said that some small people for some small offenses are punished. Well, it is not wrong, and what they have said is correct. For example, somebody is supposed to keep a stock of 500 bags and he can have 2 bags more or less, but he may bribe some official and keep more. I do not rule out these things. These things are there due to the moral caliber and moral conduct of human beings, and because of this such things are possible. Therefore, somebody suggested that we should have guidelines. We have decided also that we should go into the guidelines. We have decided also that we should go into the guidelines issued by the various state governments. If you feel that some more amendments are necessary, we shall bring forward those amendments also if necessary. Somebody said that it should be further tightened. We shall see that if there are any mistakes and any deficiencies and any lacunae, we shall come to you for those amendments. We shall consider whether we need to bring this on a permanent basis. It all depends on the situation. I will tell you, and you will appreciate that our problem 2 months back was quite different, and our problem then was what we should do with our overstocks of wheat. So we said that against a ration card, anybody can draw any quantity. The quantity restriction was removed, and we had given a number of illustrations. Some orders were withdrawn and some licenses were withdrawn. This was 2 months back when he wanted to take some steps to see how we could dispose of our overstocks of wheat. Now the situation is somewhat changing and we have to be careful. We are self sufficient and we are confident that we would be able to face the situation so far as the food grains are concerned. We have started taking action. We have not merely started taking action, we have passed orders and things are moving now. इस क्लास में इतना ही बच्चों। नमस्कार बच्चों।